everyone. I am using a webcam today because I was requested that last night. So now we're animating and using a webcam, which is totally so that I can, feel more like I'm talking to you guys. So hopefully there will actually be people here that want to talk to me. Anyway, welcome back to Animating a Cat in Maya. And as per, the end of my stream last night, I was thinking that I wanted to change the ending of, this animation, because I'll show you what we have here so far, in case you haven't seen it or you forgot. We're just in the blocking phase right now, and just kind of planning out what I'm doing with the cat here. So we have her climbing up, and then up this little branch here. Hello, Fromac! Welcome to the stream. And then she jumps down here and comes across here, and then... Whoops, well, I changed my scene a little bit already, but you can see we had her jump down like this, and I was realizing last night that this is all kind of repetitive, because we have her jump up, and then she climbs, jumps down, jumps across, and then jumps down, and I was like, she also doesn't really end up in a different place that much than where she started, and I wanted to give her more of a motivation. So what I decided to do, at least for the time being, is her motivation is going to be that there is a big sunny patch right here. So when I get to the actual fleshing out my environment stage and all of that, and then, eventually I will render the scene at the very end of our animation, I will put a patch of sunlight here, and what she's gonna do is jump across here, and then just plop down and start rolling in the sun, like cats do. So I found some video reference that I like of the cat plopping down. Let's see here. Here we go with my itchy nose again. This is why I shouldn't use a webcam, so you guys don't see how much I itch my nose. Whoa. The heck? Oh, that was weird. It, didn't show up on top of my Maya for some reason. Ah! No, computer. Cut that out. What's happening? Now everything is minimized. That is not what I wanted to happen. Okay, anyway, so I remade my video reference edit, and instead of climbing over here and jumping down like I originally was gonna have, the kitty cat is just gonna go plop and roll like that. Stop, plop, and roll, as cats do, in her little patch of sunlight, rather. So that means we need to change these poses here. This one is still okay, but after that, this one, well, let's see. We're going to... This is where I have to get a little creative with using the reference, because obviously the scene that I have set up and the things that my cat is doing are not exactly like in the reference. So I have to decide how far I want her to walk, which I don't think I want her to walk too far, because I don't want this animation to get too crazy long. So we're just gonna have her be look down, maybe not quite down as far as she is here, because before I was having her look down off the ledge. But she's gonna be oh yay! I found my sunlight. Yep, this is it. And then we'll go ploop. So ploopy doop. I like this little bending over pose. She's like, and I'm gonna plop. Okay, so I definitely want to do that, because it's very cat-like. Although she's getting her butt rubbed in that video, which is not gonna happen in my animation, because it's just a cat kind of on her own. But that doesn't mean I can't still have her kind of do this action. And I just realized I am on the wrong keyframe. We want it to be on 100, not 101. What is up with my nose? I swear, like, my nose only gets this itchy when I am streaming with a webcam. Hello, Fwoopy! Good to see you. The animation is coming along alright. I'm deciding to change the ending here. I'm not sure if you were part of the stream last night or not, but we have our cat climbing up, walking over here, jumping down, and right now I kind of had her jumping down to the ground again, and I decided that was too repetitive and no motivation for her to reach the end. So what we're gonna do is make her flop down and roll, and I'll render this when I'm done as though there's a patch of sunlight right here. And that is why the kitty cat wanted to get up here. So hopefully I'll be able to pull off this idea. Because we all know cats love rolling in patches of sunlight. Oh yes. Kitty cats. I have a tendency to make weird faces and noises more often when I'm on webcam too, so apologies for that, because I feel obligated to entertain you guys. Poopy says, oh yeah, I was Creeper from the last stream. Oh, okay. I remember you now. I changed my name because it was getting kind of old. I get that. Totally. Well, welcome back. Yeah, so you were around then at the end of my stream, right? When we were talking about how maybe it's too repetitive having her jump down at the end, and I think that's what I'm gonna do. So kind of along the lines with your idea of scratching or something, but I thought finding like a patch of sunlight would be pretty fun, so that's what we're gonna have her do. And I decided that my cat is a she. Mostly because my real kitty cat is a she. In fact, I almost had a previous video that I took of my cat that I wanted to use, but it wasn't like rolly enough for what I wanted. Okay, so now we're gonna just go into these other keys here and blow those away. Bye-bye! I always save in iterations too, so if I ever decide I liked something that I had earlier and I can't undo that far, I can always go back to an earlier iteration. This part, the flopping down and rolling over, is definitely going to be a challenge to pull off, but if I can pull it off, it will hopefully look really good. And the biggest reason why it's going to be a challenge is because we don't really have a way to, you watch this cat flop over, and it's like her shoulders stick to the ground, and then her butt kind of follows, and then she does this whole little, aren't I so cute thing, like, oh my gosh, look at this. This pose right here, look at how flexible kitty cats are. I don't know if this rig is going to be able to handle it going that far. Of course, I don't have to do it exactly like the video reference, so we'll see how that looks. But I'm worried about this whole motion of her rubbing on the ground, because the way that this character works is like, yeah, I don't know, you'll see what I'm talking about. I'm not really sure how to explain it until I get there, but it's going to be hard. Yeah, it's gonna be hard. And for this rolling part, this whole time I've had my controls in IK, But for the rolling, I definitely want to have it in FK. So we will go ahead and switch that now. And I don't suppose this has matching, does it? Darn it, let's see. Maybe it has it up here. Set character, reset face, face UI, world space, body space. No. Okay, we do not have an IK matching option unless it is somewhere else in this rig that I don't see, but I highly doubt it. I think it would be in this. And by IK matching, what I mean is when we switch to controlling the legs in a different way, you can see that they go from one position to another, and it's really hard to animate that so it doesn't look like crap. And ideally you have a control that will match the pose for you, since it's different values. But I'm gonna have to do it manually. Where do you get your rigs, or do you make them? I am a former iAnimate.net student, and because I went all the way through the program, I am considered an alumni, and I have lifetime access to the website and the rigs and all that stuff. So long as I'm not, like, you know, selling the work that I do, which I'm not, obviously. I'm just doing this on a stream. Oh my gosh, you guys. I'm probably gonna regret doing this whole rolling thing. In fact, I wonder if I might want to not use the center of gravity control at this point. I don't know. And just like... I'm gonna regret this. I know I am. I'm probably gonna end up just like cutting my animation short. Oh boy. What am I doing, you guys? I'm a total masochist for trying this. This is why I definitely need to pose it out first, so that I can see if I can even get this posing right. That cat looks what? What does the cat look like? I don't know what you're implying, Fromac. I don't think cat's legs are actually... They're supposed to bend right there? Is that the heel? I suppose maybe that's the heel. Yeah, I guess it is. Or the... Yeah. Yeah, it just looks weird. It's like deforming weird or something. Oh yeah, that's totally how we want that to work there. I don't know why I was thinking that's not correct. See, that's the thing, is that there's a part of me that really wants to not do this rolling thing, but what is the point of doing an animation that you know you can do? You don't learn anything from that. I mean, I suppose you could technically learn something, but... Meow. I'm definitely gonna have to put a purring noise in this. Fromac never elaborated on what he meant by that cat looks ... Oh my god, this cat curls up so much. I can't help but, like, make that noise as I'm watching this. Boop. Look at this, you guys. Boop. Boop. See, this is why you should animate with video reference, because imagine trying to make this look right without actual footage of a cat doing this. That would be a complete nightmare, and it would look like crap when you were done. See, this is what I'm talking about, where, like, if I turn this thing, then all of a sudden her shoulders, I now have to go like this to, like, counter-animate it, you know? Phoebe says, kitty fact of the day, did you know that when a cat purrs, it doesn't necessarily mean they're happy, it mostly means they don't want you to leave. I kind of knew that in a sense that, it can possibly mean that they're also scared, like when, if a cat gets hit by a car or something, it might purr because it's scared. But I guess what you're saying makes sense. Hey, Momikuto! I might start streaming on here, but I'd only be able to do it on Sunday or Saturday. Then again, it would only be like 23 minutes. I totally understand your pain. It's hard for me to find the time to stream. You know what I might just do with this is I think we're gonna have some constraint things happening at the end here. So for now, I'm just gonna pose it out and we'll come back and do constraints. Uh-oh. Here's the other problem. We need to change the headspace to Oh god. And this is where I wish we had matching. I can't believe this rig doesn't have matching. That's the only upsetting part about this rig. Well, I can do some manual matching at a later time when we get to that point. Oh, never mind. Maybe you know more about cats than me. I don't know. Maybe you're right. I remember reading a book, Cat Facts. Say that 5 times fast. Book when I was growing up that said something about, like, purring can mean content or it can mean scared. But that was a long time ago that I read that, so who knows. I do know a lot about cats, though. Let's just say, as a little girl, well, and I suppose as a big girl, I was slightly obsessed with cats, even when I didn't have a cat. It's a little sad sometimes. In fact, my parents felt, like, so bad for me because I was playing this, like, little computer game called Cats. I think it was just called Cats, where you raised a cat, like, on a little virtual room, and you could, like, play with it, and feed it, and groom it, and you just, like, sat there and watched them, like, eventually turn into adult cats, like, after a day or so, like, actual day, like, real-time days, and then they could have kittens, and, yeah, that's, like, all it was. And I think my parents felt so bad for me because I was playing that game instead of with a real cat that they eventually got me a cat when I was like 13. You play keyboard too? I do, although I haven't touched it in a little while. It's another thing I should be doing more of instead of playing video games. I'm doing better just by the simple fact that I'm here right now with you guys. I'm, like, pretty okay at sight reading with the keyboard, but I'm not, like, good at composing my own music or anything like that. I'm still trying to decide what to do with these controls. Nope. I changed my mind. We're gonna go back to leaving the center of gravity up here. I'm gonna get into some really weird gimbal lock by doing that, but I think in the end it's gonna be less of a nightmare than trying to do what I've been doing. So we're just gonna translate this guy, and we're not gonna rotate it. Face cam, really nice touch. Alright, good to know. Was that you that suggested that last night? I can't remember who told me I should use a face cam. I don't really have, like, the best setup for it. I had to, like, I have a little lamp that's kind of shining on my wall in order to, like, add light to my face, because otherwise it's really dark in here, but you can see, like, there's a glare on my head, and there's glare on my glasses, and, like, my bedroom isn't exactly the most appealing setup, but meh. hey, Nate. Wow, I didn't realize that was you that said you play keyboard too. For some reason, I was thinking it was Swoopy that said that. Alright, well, glad to know you guys like the face cam. I'm not gonna promise using it every time because sometimes I just wanna, you know, not look presentable and call it good. Not that I, like, really did much. This is just how I looked all day. I don't even wear makeup or anything. Screw that! So, it's not like it took me a lot of effort, I guess, is what I'm saying. Ah! No! Windows key. Okay, let's go back here. Turn FK on. Oop. I hope this is gonna work, guys. Oh, for starters, kitty cat's head is not all the way on the ground. I love your hair. I wish I could keep color in longer than 3 days. Well, I have a secret for you. My hair color started fading after about, I don't know, 2 weeks. And I was even doing the whole, like, not washing it every day, trying to use dry shampoo whenever I could. But my hair gets so oily, like, it's just my genetics. Even if I'm not, you know, doing a lot of sweaty bike riding or something. So it was like either I washed my hair and the color drained really fast, or else I looked like a frickin' grease ball all the time. And then I discovered, a coworker pointed out to me that there is such a thing as color shampoo. So I started using, I bought it off of Amazon for like $27 a bottle. And the bottle, like, lasts me forever, because my hair is short. Like, if my hair was longer, which I only just recently cut it when I got this hair dyed, then I would probably go through the shampoo really fast, and it'd be a lot more expensive. But the color actually came back after using the shampoo a few times, and it mostly stays this way. It's a little desaturated from where it was a month ago. And, like, you can now see my roots growing back in. Probably not on my webcam, you can't see that, but, like, in real life you can. So eventually I'm gonna have to get it touched up again, but it's been, like, 3 months now, and it still looks like this. Oh my gosh, stupid nose. So yeah, if you want a link to that shampoo, it's pretty affordable compared to, you know, actually paying for your hair to be professionally done all the time. I didn't bleach my hair either because I didn't want it to be, like, super damaging. I'm a natural blonde, so, but that's, like, another reason the color wasn't staying as well for me. So if you bleach your hair, it will stay longer. Yeah, cool. I have to, like, go back and look at my past purchases on Amazon, but I will... Are you on my Discord? I can't remember. If you are, you're on a different name. Bye, Momikuto! Thanks for dropping in. Good to see ya. Okay, who are you on Discord? Or I can just link it in general channel too. Okay, Killer Viper. Alright. You have so many different names. It's hard to keep track. Oh, no, don't apologize for that. I just couldn't remember. I'm sorry for not remembering. Wow. Holy crap, you guys. What is wrong with my nose? Ugh, sorry for, like, doing that on stream, but I can't help it. I do have allergies, so that probably doesn't help. Sometimes they just act up for no apparent reason whatsoever. This is where it gets a little tricky when I have to, like, grab these controls through an object. I will probably end up changing the transparency on this texture once I get to actually animating this portion. Do you want to be full YouTuber or not? I'm not sure what you mean by full YouTuber? If you mean full-time? I mean, that's always, of course, anybody's ideal. Well, not anybody, but, you know, like, I think most people who stream and that sort of thing would really love it if they could stream all the time and, like, not have to do other things. But I'm not expecting that because it's very uncommon. And the thing is, you know, I've been doing the gaming thing, and that was not really working out so well for me. And it was just getting too frustrating. And now that I've decided that, like, oh, hey, doing art and animation while streaming is really fun, and it keeps me motivated to get work done. I mean, if this could go somewhere, yeah, it'd be great. But I don't expect it to. It's crazy when I have random people dropping in, though. Like, I think both Mome Kuto and Floopy, correct me if I'm wrong, just, like, stumbled across me while I was streaming. So that was pretty cool. Nate says it will Foxy because it's really fun to watch. Actually, well, I'm glad to hear that. I was thinking, like, there's not really a lot of animators, like 3D animators on Twitch. I was just trying to find, like, what someone else's stream looked like, you know, the other day. And I'm like, why are there no other people doing 3D animation on Twitch, as far as I could find? And I still don't know the answer to that question, and I thought maybe it was because people find it super boring to watch. I mean, like, you know, I've already been working on this animation for 4 hours, closing in on 5. Granted, I'm going a little bit slower than normal because I'm talking to you guys, but not that much slower, like maybe 10% slower. And we're not even, like, we're barely even started. Like, this animation is probably going to take me 30 hours. That's a guess. It might be more, it might be less. And, like, when you think about people who do drawings on Twitch, they can get a pretty cool looking drawing done, like, during a single stream. So, yeah, I don't know if that's why or what. Maybe you will be the first. Well, surely I'm not the first, because there's a ton of animators in this world. I would find it so hard to believe that after Twitch Creative has been around this long, I would be the first, but hey, if I'm like the first to catch on, or the first to like commit to it, that's cool too. Alright, I'm gonna have to make controls or buttons to grab these controls for the legs that are on the bottom, because it's hard to tell when I go into wireframe which control I'm grabbing. I feel like I'm working on this project with you in a way. Well, that's cool. I'm glad to hear that. That makes it more fun for me too. And like, you know, it was because of people giving me suggestions last night about, like, when I was talking about how I was feeling as though I wanted to do something differently than the ending. It was because of their suggestions that I figured out what I wanted to do. So it was really helpful, you know? What would be, like, super duper awesome is if at some point, like, another professional animator happened across my stream and gave me, like, peer feedback. That would be really awesome. I don't expect that to happen, but because, like I said, if there, I don't seem to find any other 3D animators on Twitch, so that probably means they're not really watching Twitch either, but they could be. Let's see. Ugh, this is gonna get so crazy, you guys. This little rolling portion. I get excited when you stream? Aw, that's so nice! I'm glad to hear that! That makes me feel good. I love talking to people while I'm working. It makes it that much more fun, because, you know, like, I do this kind of stuff in a similar sense at work all day. Like, lately I'm not really doing this kind of thing. I'm doing more mobile game stuff, but I'm not really talking to anyone while I'm doing it. So it's fun to come home and, like, do something slightly different, you know? It's like, part of me doesn't want to be on a computer more hours than I already am every day, but at the same time, I also want to, like, get better at this stuff, so here I am. Call me a workaholic or whatever you want. Could you change the color of the cat? Yes, I could. In order to do that, I would have to actually go into the texture file and, like, paint a different texture. But I may end up doing that when I'm finished. We'll see. Whoa, this song is a little too intense for my liking. It's not very, stream nice. Animating a tail is basically like animating a second character. So that's gonna be fun. And eventually I'm gonna, like, especially with the cat rolling over, I'll animate her eyes and make her eyes close and, like, turn up the corners of her cheeks to make her look like she's smiling and animate the ears and all that stuff. But I'm not going to worry about that in the blocking stage. Black seems not right with this project. How come? I'm just curious. The only reason I feel like maybe a black cat doesn't work is because in my mind I'm imagining like more of an outdoor scene, and maybe it'd be less of a house cat, more of like a Bengal type cat or something. But otherwise, I'm just curious, why not a black cat? Or perhaps that's why. Okay, yeah, that's why. Alright, I think I'm just gonna leave that as my last pose for now, because any more posing outside of that is just gonna be done, really, in the animation phase. Let's maybe... Oops. Fix her back, though. Or not, because it's gonna be a jerk. It is chilly in my room. I'm going to turn up my heat real quick. And I just realized I'm still wearing my workout pants because I was exercising before doing this stream, so you guys all got to see my workout pants. At least one of my workout pants. What now? Okay, well, so now I'm just gonna go back in and double check my poses, make sure they're what I want. Really look at the silhouettes of the cat, and I'll show you what I mean by that. I mean, silhouette is basically what it sounds like. And then after I do that, I'm gonna go in and try to figure out the timing. So I'm gonna turn off this layer here, and this way we can just hit 7, which essentially turns on lighting in the scene, but since we don't have any lighting, it's just black and silhouetted. So the things I want to look for now, I don't want the pose to be symmetrical, because symmetrical is unnatural. Yeah, it's you, and it looks like I have one other viewer. I don't know whether they're on Twitch or YouTube, but yep, only 2 viewers. That's fine. I mean, that's what I expected, because it's Monday night, it's late, you know, West Coast time and stuff. But yeah, anyway, I want to make sure that the pose isn't symmetrical and that it reads what she's doing. Now, I have to ignore this, like, kind of ugly thing here that's happening with her belly, because I don't really have control over that. But, like, you can see these front feet look pretty symmetrical, so I'm gonna want to offset those a bit. And I want to make this tail look nicer, because right now it's got this, like, kind of straight thing going on, and I want it to be, like, see more from this angle, it's more curved, and I want to make sure it looks good from all angles there. Hello, Aerocrix. Not sure how to say your name, but hello. Alright, so same with this pose. A little bit too symmetrical. Otherwise, it's not too bad. Oh man, speaking of cats, my cat is going crazy now. Again, I want to make the tail look good. I kind of knew when I was doing this initial blocking pass that the tail wasn't going to look very good in these poses. This one is okay. It's got a pretty good, like, C shape here. The legs are not symmetrical. This one, well, it looks kind of weird because she's, like, climbing up onto the thing. I think I want to fix this because a cat's leg isn't usually straight like that. There should be a little bend in her heel here. So I will fix that. Again, the tail is a little weird. That one's okay. Yeah, Yeah, that one's not bad. It's got a little backwards, or not, yeah, backwards S shape going on, this line of action here. Again, a weird thing happening with the belly, but that's not really something I have control over in 3D. This pose is a little weak. I think I want to make this more exaggerated, give her a backwards C shape, or rather a U shape. Tail is too straight there. Landing pose is okay. That one's more like, this is more of a breakdown pose than a storytelling pose. And then we've got her little rolling over. And this one is where it's like, oh, there's not a very good silhouette because she's all kind of clumped up in a little ball, but that's intentional, so. And we'll name her Maya because she was born in Maya. Okay. Aerocrick says, M new to animating. Yeah, I don't know whether you mean you are new to animating, or if you were asking if I am new to animating. If you're saying that you are new to animating, that is awesome. I am glad to hear when other animators are joining the club. If you're asking if I am new, the answer is no. I am always trying to find ways to get better, but I've been animating for a while now. So this is the point where, when touching up these poses, I'm not really looking at my video references much, because the cat might be symmetrical in the video reference, and that's where I want to push it. Aerocrix is new to animating. Awesome! Well, if you have any questions at all about animation or what I'm doing, please feel free to ask, and I will answer it to the best of my abilities and knowledge. I didn't even give my cat catnip, and she's going insane right now. Uh-oh. That's weird. Huh. I must not have saved a key in the entire body on this frame. Yep. So, this stream is so relaxing in an odd way. Well, that's good to hear. I am totally down to be relaxing. Okay. I want to stretch this leg. What happened to my little eye control? Oh, that's not what I want. So, put this. Whoops. Okay. Why is this not doing... It's not doing what I would expect it to do. That's weird. Oh, Sophie found her aluminum foil ball. She's pretty excited about that. Okay, I guess that kind of works. You gave me an idea. What if I start streaming my edits of videos like big projects? Yeah, you could totally do that. You could stream anything, really. Well, not anything. I mean, somebody would probably watch it. I don't know if I would so much, just because, like, I know how to edit videos, but it seems like most of the time when people watch this kind of stuff, it's either they don't know how to do something and they want to see it because they think it's cool, or else they do know how to do it, but they're learning and they want to, like, get some tips or something. So, you know, you could totally do that, and inevitably somebody would join and be like, oh, what are you doing now? How do you do that? Or like, I edit videos too, but I ran into this problem, and maybe you can help them. Aerocrix asks, what computer or build are you using, or what you need to animate? Well, in general, you don't need like a crazy heavy rig. My computer is pretty nice, just because like I kind of got this in order to be able to play and record video games. But I'm using Maya, which is unfortunately not a free software. It's actually quite expensive. And if you don't use Maya, there are other options, such as Blender is a free open source animation program that anybody can use. Alright, so in this video here, the cat has a tail that's going like this. But I want it to be a nice, long... Like, there's part of me that wants to make it realistic, but then I also want it to look good for my animation. So I'm going to make the tail kind of follow this C shape that the kitty cat has. Or SFM. Oh yeah, are you the one who was talking about that last night? I can't even remember what it stands for. Oh, Source Filmmaker. Yeah, that's right. I haven't really used the free programs very much, so I can't, like, tell you much about them. But that's just because, like, I've been using Maya for so many years now, and I've, like, had access to either, a work copy or else a student copy, one of the two, and I just keep using it because that's what I know how to use. No, that wasn't you that said that. Okay. Somebody came in here last night and was like, SFM is better than Maya, and I'm just like, well, I know how to use Maya, and Maya has really great animation tools, and I can use Maya, so I'm just gonna keep using Maya. But I appreciated that person's enthusiasm for Source Filmmaker. Blender is pretty good. I've been using it for a while, and you can make some pretty good stuff on it. Yeah, Blender is perfectly fine. The only reason I didn't really, like, use it when I first discovered it is because A, I already knew how to use Maya, and B, at least at the time that I was using it, the key bindings and stuff were very different than Maya, and there wasn't just, like, this default use Maya legacy buttons, which I think they do have that now. So if you just want everything to be controlled like it is on Maya, then that's easy to do. I have a coworker who, when he started working at my company, he only knew how to use Blender, and he hadn't ever used Maya before. He's an environment artist, so it's definitely a thing that people use. What is with my nose? Hello, Cobalt! Scree! A wild Cobalt fox has appeared! Whoopi says, yeah, I had to switch from Cinema 40 to Blender, and it was a hard switch. Yeah, Cinema 4D, that's another one I haven't really spent a lot of time in. I hear it's really good for doing stuff like 3D motion graphics kind of thing, but I didn't really get into that. Where is my... I guess I have to do... Toe wriggle. There it is. Yeah. You don't recommend C4D for animation. Yeah, that makes sense. I've heard that from people before. But videos, yes, C4D is great. Videos, like what do you mean? If you're editing videos, or what? What do you mean by videos, it's great? Oh, like making intros for videos. Yeah, yeah. Got it. I always used After Effects when I was doing motion graphics stuff. But it's not... After Effects is not really good for doing 3D things. That's definitely something Cinema 4D would be better at, for sure. I don't know why I just turned all of those to the left when I'm moving them back. Whoopsies. Cobalt says, oh, if I disappear without saying bye, I probably passed out from tiredness because it's almost midnight here. Alright. That is totally cool. Nobody actually has to say goodbye. I do not get mad at anyone. Even people drop into my stream and watch and don't say anything at all. That is also completely and totally fine. But I definitely appreciate it when people want to chat, because it's a lot more fun that way. I mainly come to streams for the chat anyway. Yeah, that's great. Totally cool with that. Okay. You're a pretty cool girl. Well, thank you, Nate. Appreciate that. I try. No, actually, I don't try. I'm just like, I'm gonna be myself, and if people don't like me for being myself, I don't want to be friends with them anyway. Because it's too hard to try and be fake, man. Because then that wastes a lot of energy, and not only that, then you have to, like, remember, wait, what kind of a person was I around this someone yesterday? I hate streamers ignore unpaying viewers. Oh, yeah, that sucks. I mean, I would like to think that I'm always going to be that way, but I totally understand that if people have, like, you know, 1,000 people on their stream, and it's just, like, spam all the way down, like, they can't read all that. They can't possibly read every single person's chat and, like, actually stream at the same time. So I get that part, but I don't expect to ever make it to that point, so, you know, plus you guys, like, even if I ever did make it to that point, whether or not you guys were ever paying viewers, I know you now. So, like, I know, okay, you guys were around in the beginning, and I will always talk to you. Cold asked, how's your day been? My day has been pretty alright. Thank you very much. Nate says I call you a friend. Well, thank you, Nate. I like to consider my viewers friends as well. Especially when, like, you know, you come often enough that I, like, remember you and remember conversations we've had and that sort of thing. It makes it a lot more fun. It kind of, like, it also makes me feel less bad about sitting at home alone at night because I don't feel like I'm alone when I have you guys to talk to, because you're real people with real interests and feelings, and yeah, we have real conversations. Intense fox noises. Nate says, got to go going to bed right now. Alright, Nate! Have a great night! Enjoyed chatting with you. Sorry for, like, streaming so late, but on the weeknights, this is pretty much what it's gonna be. So, unless I decide to, like, get up early in the mornings and stream, I don't know, maybe I'd do that? We'll see. Oh, it's 9 o'clock already. Ridiculous. Alright, this tail... Well, let's see. It should be, like, up because it'll be following through, but at the same time, it might be down by this point. So I'm just gonna leave it for now, and we'll work on that when we get to our linear animation point. You're lucky I don't have school tomorrow. Why don't you have school tomorrow? Tomorrow's a Tuesday. Seems weird. Is it a holiday? You're on the East Coast? Shouldn't be a holiday. It's not Thanksgiving yet. That's the only holiday this month. It's very weird that you don't have school tomorrow. Voting day. Interesting. I always still had school on voting day. That's weird. Oops. Okay, guys. I think we're at a point here that we can start timing this out. We don't have school on voting day here. Alright, well, good for you guys. That means they really care about people getting out and voting. Okay. We're going to use this handy-dandy little tool called the dope sheet. Actually, I've heard that there's another tool that's better. Whoops, I don't know what I just did. I accidentally lost some UI portion. Oh well. Time editor. No. I should learn how to use tracks editor. Is that it? Because I heard that the dope sheet is going to be non-existent in a future Maya version. Ah! I don't feel like dealing with it right now. I'll learn that another time. Floopy says, wow, that's one dope sheet. So clever. Sorry, I couldn't help it. I understand. I always take bad joke opportunities whenever they arise as well. Okay, so I'm not entirely sure that this is actually going to be 15 seconds like I was expecting, but we're gonna pretend like it is for now, so that I don't just have to keep moving these keys all along. So the kitty's gonna roll over, and we're probably only gonna have her roll for about a second. Just enough to like show, yay, happy kitty. So with 450 frames, we're gonna put this at about 420. 420! See, I can do the bad jokes too. Okay. Yeah, so we're gonna go backwards with this timing and see if I can make a good guess about where I want all of this to be before playing it. Alright, so this is like right before she flops over. We'll do this 10 frames. And then we have and these last few poses are all kind of close together, I guess, but what do you call a fox that loves cars? I'm bad at figuring out jokes. I'm sorry, Cobalt. Me. What? No. No, that doesn't work. That's not a real joke. What is that nonsense? Okay, yes it does. Are you 5 years old? That's the kind of jokes I told when I was 5 years old. Alright, so this hesitation spot, we're probably gonna have her stumble around for 2 seconds, I'm gonna say. So we'll go with 3:16, or just to keep it on 5s, we'll go with 3:15 for this pose. And walking over here, we'll do that at 285. This is one thing, by being a 3D animator, I never really got very good at guessing my timing before actually going into animating. Because when you're a 2D animator, you have... Oh, I was just gonna say you have what's called a dope sheet. I was like, wait a second, that's what I'm using right now. I'm not sure if it's called that or not, but you have a sheet where, like, you have your important keys and you say which keyframe you're on. I think it might actually be called the same thing, and this is just like the 3D version of it. But I never really practiced that a lot, and I just kind of, because it's so easy to move stuff around in a 3D software that I'm like, meh, whatever. Okay, we'll do 275. You have 3 guesses to figure out how old I am. 15. How close am I? I mean, you just told me last night that you were in middle school a year ago, so depending on how old you were in your grade and whether your middle school ended in 8th grade or 9th grade, there's only like a few years you could be, unless you're either like really smart or really slow. But you gotta tell me whether I was too high or too low, otherwise I'm not gonna guess again. Take that. Oh, you were not in middle school a year ago. I'm sorry! Don't be so angry. Maybe it wasn't you that said it. Maybe it was somebody else. Somebody told me. Oh, sorry. They were in middle school a year ago last night. I thought it was you. I apologize. Okay. I'm gonna guess 18 then. Oh my gosh, here we go again. Ugh. Too high. We'll see, I wasn't that far off. Okay, well there's only 2 other numbers it can be. Except you're gonna be like, I'm gonna guess 16 and you'll be like too low, and I'll guess 17 and you'll be like too high, and then you're gonna be like, I'm less than 17 but older than 16, and now you have to guess how many days into the year I am old, so... Okay, I'm gonna guess 16 then. And you know I'm right. 17! And don't you dare do what I just said you were gonna do. Or I quit this game! Okay, so I'm sorry. You were in middle school like 2 years ago. I was so far off. Oh, stop yawning. Ugh. It's not even my bedtime yet. I haven't even had dinner. Maybe that's the problem. I don't have any energy left because it's a neat dinner. No, what? No, you're not 17? You're either... I was in middle school 4 years ago. Whoa, you're 17 and you're in middle school 4 years ago? Were you also in middle school 2 years ago and you're just like yanking my chain right now? Because I was definitely in middle school through age 15. But that was 9th grade, because when I was in middle school, it was like 7 through 9 was middle school, and 10 through 12 was high school. And I turned 16 when I was a sophomore in high school, so I was 15 in middle school. Then either you guys like in middle school early, or you're like a freaking genius. You're a senior in high school. Okay, 17 sounds right for a senior in high school. I mean, I was 18 all but the first month of my senior year, but I was a lot older than most people in my grade. Okay, as this is right now, seems like 15 seconds is going to be too long if this timing is somewhat right. Which is good news, because 15 seconds is still a F-ton of animation to do. Like, I would ideally love it to be 10 seconds or less. So we'll see if we can manage that. But 10 seconds would be 300 frames, which I think is going to be too few. Alright, let's see what this looks like right now. Obviously that section is too long. Okay, so this part should have more time here. She jumps across, and then I want her to settle, and then boop down. Alright, so we'll grab all this. And this key. We'll squish it back. 10 frames might be too many. We'll see. Alright, I'm gonna grab this guy too. Come on. Add 5 frames there. May I request a song to be played on the stream? Unfortunately, no, unless it is royalty free, because otherwise my video will get flagged and it won't be viewable. I guess on Twitch that would just make it go quiet for that portion, so I suppose it wouldn't be the end of the world, but it will make my video non-monetizable on YouTube. Well, you know what? It's not like I'm making that much money from these videos anyway. What do you want to hear? I can only play it if it's in Spotify, though. Yeah, I think you're right, Foopy. You don't get flagged, but from what I've seen, like, it just, your video goes completely silent during the sections where you have, like, music that you're not supposed to be playing or whatever. What's Spotify? Spotify is the music streaming service that I use because it only costs me $10 a month, and I can pretty much listen to almost anything that I want on it, make playlists, listen to things offline. I don't have to steal the music, and I don't have to actually buy all the tracks, which is fantastic because if I actually bought all of the music that I listen to, I would be more than broke. Phoebe says, unless the person who made the song comes across your channel and doesn't want you to play it. Maybe? I know, like, YouTube has, like, a thing where, like, their computers can recognize the sound bites. Like, even if I'm talking over the music, their computers can tell that, oh, this is this song that is by this person and it's a copyright claim, and so their copyright claims are automatic. Like, the creators are not actually coming and saying, that YouTube, or that video is using my music. So I don't know if Twitch does the same thing or not, but I've definitely seen some people's videos with, like, it blanked out. But that's also been on, like, a lot bigger streamers, so maybe you're right that they only look at the bigger streamers. So we'll see. I'll play your song for you, Cobalt, if it's on Spotify, and we'll find out if that gets blanked out on Twitch or not. You know, I think, I can't remember if I was streaming this one on Twitch yet or not, but my very first stream that I did of my drawing, I have a royalty-free song list here, which is what I've been playing. That's from No Copyright Sounds. And even on this list, there was like one song that got claimed on YouTube. And I'm trying to think, I don't think Twitch blanked it out. So you might be right about that. Alright, so we need to shorten this down a bit. Grab one of these. And then I think we might want 1.5 seconds at the end, so that would be 75 to 90. Alright. See how this looks. In the Mood, Glenn Miller. Okay, let's take a look. See if that's on here. In the Mood by Glenn Miller. Alright, here we go. If I really hate it, I'm not gonna finish playing it, but... Hey there, everyone! I am using a webcam today, because I was requested that last night. So now we're animating and using a webcam, which is totally so that I can, you know, feel more like I'm talking to you guys. So hopefully there will actually be people here that want to talk to me. Anyway, welcome back to Animating a Cat in Maya. And as per, like, the end of my stream last night, I was thinking that I wanted to change the ending of, this animation, because I'll show you what we have here so far, in case you haven't seen it or you forgot. We're just in the blocking phase right now, and just kind of planning out what I'm doing with the cat here. So we have her climbing up, and then up this little branch here. Hello, Fromac! Welcome to the stream. And then she jumps down here and comes across here, and then... Whoops, well, I changed my scene a little bit already, but you can see we had her jump down like this, and I was realizing last night that this is all kind of repetitive, because we have her jump up, and then she climbs, jumps down, jumps across, and then jumps down, and I was like, she also doesn't really end up in a different place that much than where she started, and I wanted to give her more of a motivation. So what I decided to do, at least for the time being, is her motivation is going to be that there is a big sunny patch right here. So when I get to the actual fleshing out my environment stage and all of that, and then, you know, eventually I will render the scene at the very end of our animation, I will put a patch of sunlight here, and what she's gonna do is jump across here and then just plop down and start rolling in the sun, you know, like cats do. So I found some video reference that I like of a cat plopping down. Let's see here. Here we go with my itchy nose again. This is why I shouldn't use a webcam, so you guys don't see how much I itch my nose. Whoa. The heck? Oh, that was weird. It, like, didn't show up on top of my Maya for some reason. Ah! No, computer. Cut that out. What's happening? Now everything is minimized. That is not what I wanted to happen. Okay, anyway, so I remade my video reference edit, and instead of climbing over here and jumping down like I originally was gonna have, the kitty cat is just gonna go plop and roll like that. You know, stop, plop, and roll, as cats do in her little patch of sunlight, rather. So that we need rounds. But I don't think I want to add a whole lot of... Oops, okay, it's doing somebody else's version of that song now. I don't think I want to add a whole lot of anticipation at the beginning. We want to see the cat jump, but not much before that. Watch out for ninjas! Welcome to the stream. Hello, how are you doing tonight? We are... I believe you were on the stream last night, correct? I remember seeing your name. And you were doing the little emoji stuff, which is really cute. We are essentially done with the first pass of blocking on here. I changed the ending because I don't know at what time you were joining us last night, but originally I had the cat jumping off of this down to the bottom, and I decided that that was too repetitive since we already had the cat jumping all over the place here, and I thought it would be fun to, like, basically put a patch of sunlight when I get to, you know, fleshing out the scene. We will put in a patch of sunlight there for the kitty cat to roll in, because I wanted to give her motivation to actually get over to this spot. Was lurking at work, you were off when I got home. Oh, okay. That makes sense. Okay, I think... Like I said, it's hard to tell if this timing is exactly the way we want it. You know, maybe what I should do is turn off the step to preview for now. Hopefully I don't have to play blast this out. Let's take a look. Oh, it looks so bad with it like this right now. Woo! Boop, doop, doop. Ah, slow motion jump. Yeah. Why did it pop like that so quickly, I wonder? Oh, we just have it going, yes, from that point to that point really fast. Got it. Okay. I think we're gonna go with this for now. Oh, alright, guys, that was like the easy part. The next process in animation is like probably the hardest for me, where it's like, okay, Now we have all these poses down, but now I need to go in and, like, start adding in-betweens. Like, I am better at blocking out and polishing than I am at all, like, the crazy in-between rough stuff. Ooh, look at this crazy shit that's happening with his legs. That's because we're switching from IK to FK there. Okay. So, I'm gonna focus on a smaller section now, just for a little bit. And I think what I want to do here is, we're gonna stay in this linear mode, but I'm going to put holds on these keyframes for timing's sake. Whoops. Uh-oh, did I just make a new layer? Yeah, that was stupid. So we're just gonna turn this off for a moment. What happened to my pose? Why do her elbows go in like that so much? Okay. Oh my gosh. I don't know why my computer is playing Maya so slowly. It must not be as good of a computer as I thought or something. How bad is it if I go in here and change it to play every frame? I don't think that's really going to be very helpful to me. Let's see, time slider. Yeah, I don't think this is what I'm going to want. It's just going to look like slow motion. That's bad. I'd rather see it choppy and in real time than play every frame, so never mind. Another song request! Ah, you just hate me right now. You don't want me to have this video be watchable on YouTube, do you? What do you want to hear? Okay, I think I'm gonna add a breakdown pose because going from here to see my timing, I should have like a kind of an in-between spot. So we'll put this guy right here. I'm just gonna have to do play blast all the time, I guess. This is annoying. Oh, hitting Control L is apparently not loop on this program. Wait a second. Why is that foot... Okay. Do you like rock? Depends. I like some rock. I like a lot of genres, but I don't like everything in all genres. Talvisota by Sabaton. This sing will show you why I love Finland. The sing will show you why I love Finland. Even though the band is Swedish. Okay. Alright, let's check it out. Talvisota by Sabaton. Check it out. Foopy says, I have the hardest time finding good rigs to use. You know any websites that have some decent rigs? Here, I will type it in chat. There is highend3d.com. That probably has the most. Like, before I used these Animate rigs, that's where I got rigs. Also, if you go to 11 Second Club, then that's an animation competition site. It's also like you can post your work there and get feedback from people if you want. But if you go, they have a rig section on there where they recommend some free rigs, so you can check that out as well. That's about all I know off the top of my head, unfortunately. Alright, I want to make our kitty cat kind of walk in a little curve here. Yeah, so we want her to have this nice little whoop. Like, that's the path of action she's taking. Which means we should push her over just a bit. Enjoying the song about Finland? Sure. It's not super loud because, you know, I don't want it to be overwhelming on the stream right now, so I'll have to listen to it after the stream where I can actually hear it better. Finland invented the Molotov cocktail, you know. I did not know that. Oops. Alright. Back to the music I know I can legally play on my stream. Holy crap, guys. It's almost 10 o'clock. I should probably stop and eat some food soon. This is hard, like, trying to make progress with only 2 hours of time to work on something. I don't really feel like we've gotten very far. I would say you should go to bed, but you don't have school in the morning, so I guess you can do whatever you want. I don't think, though, like, even when I didn't have school, that I ever stayed up until midnight or later until I was, like, in college. And then it was, you know, super bad, because I stayed up late all too often in college. I pulled all-nighters and shit. I am too old to pull all-nighters anymore. I'm like, I'm in bed by midnight at the very latest. I can do whatever I want. Yeah, that's great, but like, I don't want to stay up that late. But like I said, that's because I'm old and need sleep now. 6:41 a.m. Hey, Luke! Good to see ya! It's been a long time. Unfortunately, I'm not playing the Long Dark anymore, so I don't get your fun little tips on it, but hello! Something is up with this pose. Why does this leg look so weird? Guess I just need to move the hip up a bit. No. Why? Maybe it's my... Oh! You know what? Is the pull vector in here somewhere? Where is the pull vector? Nope, that's the front leg. There you are. No. That's fine. It's just the angle that we have this at, I guess. I don't know, sometimes rigs do really weird, gross stuff like that. Well, Luke, since you're just dropping in, I'm waiting with getting into TLD as well. No worries. Cool, cool. Since you're just dropping in, I will show you real quick what we have so far here. I'm still working on, like, posing. Well, I'm going in between the posing now, which is why it starts to look really sloppy. But this is what we have. Kitty cat climbs over here, jumps down, climbs over this other spot, and then meow, I found the sunlight, meow. And if I play this at full speed, it looks really gross and super laggy because this is what happens when you just let the computer fill in all of the data in between the keyframes. Obviously, the computer doesn't know how to actually make animation look good. It only knows calculations. So This is why I still have a job, because computers have not taken over character animation. They certainly make it easier and faster to do more animation as one person, but they don't have the emotion and artistic abilities that humans have right now. Nightfern, don't get attacked by laser badgers driving cameras. I will do my best, Cobalt. Have a good night. Enjoy your day off of school tomorrow. And I would say to go out and vote, but you're only 17. So next year, go out and vote. I'm not sure this is actually where I want the feet to be planted at this point, but we'll get into that in a little bit. For now, I just wanted to put a pose here for the sake of timing. Let's go back down to our small preview here. Yep, I think that timing works better. Still might be a little slow, but we'll deal with that later. We'll all be replaced eventually one way or another. Yeah, that's true. Probably not in my lifetime, though. Although I am starting to feel like the apocalypse could actually happen in my lifetime. Alright, we're gonna have Kitty Cat pause up here for just a second while she decides to jump down. Maybe a little bit longer than that. And the jump should obviously be a bit faster than this. I know you're only just dropping in, but I probably am going to stop in about 10 minutes, because I haven't eaten dinner yet. Now I'm hungry. Be a little bit too fast here. This is a pretty boring part to watch. We have to live in totally incompatible time zones. Which time zone are you in? I'm not sure I even know. I assume you're over in Europe somewhere. I am considering maybe trying to stream in the morning sometime. Because, like, my time zone is pretty incompatible with most people. Because, like, there's nobody west of me. It's just the ocean west of me. And it's already pretty late when I start streaming because I don't get home from work until late. So maybe if I streamed in the morning, it would be more like lunchtime or afternoon or evening for a lot of people. But that means I have to get up earlier. 6:49 a.m. here. Ugh. Yeah, so if I streamed, say I streamed at, 7:30 a.m., 7 a.m., then that would be like 4:30 in the afternoon for you, and that would be much more reasonable for you and most people in Europe and the rest of the US, honestly. So this little part, she's gonna be hesitating and kind of stumbling around a little bit. I hope that's not too long. We've got it at almost 2 seconds. See how that goes. Not sure where you're from. Morning sounds like a bad idea. Well, the thing is, there's not very many people that watch that are on the West Coast. So if I start streaming at 7 a.m., yeah, a lot of people will watch stuff during work, though. I know I watch stuff during work because I'm often working on projects where that's okay. I think ideally, 2 o'clock in the afternoon, my time, would be best for most people, but I just straight up can't do that because I work Monday through Friday, and I work regular working hours, which means, yeah, can't do that. On the weekends, I can pretty much do whatever time, but, I want to do more than just the weekends, especially when I'm, trying to get a project done, and this takes a lot of hours to finish an animation, so... Alright, let's watch this whole thing here. I think maybe that's a little too fast in the beginning. And this is a little slow here, so going in the dope sheet. Make sure I have everything selected. Oops. And we'll just scooch all of that a little bit. Still a little too slow. Do this. Okay, I think that's working. Shaved off about another 10 frames for now. We're at 11 seconds, which is not bad. I was aiming for less than 15 seconds, and I think even though I'll be modifying some timing as we go, it should still stay around this amount of time. I think it'll probably get a little bit shorter, depending on how interesting I can make this. By the way, have you seen Kentucky Route Zero? I don't know what that is, so I guess the answer is no. Sounds like some type of car thing, or wait, maybe it's a game that you're asking me about. I don't know. Boop doop doop. I want to make the tail still sticking up right here, I think. Adventure game. Okay. Nope, I have not heard of it. I will have to check it out. I've been a little out of the loop with games lately. Just really haven't had time / trying to figure out what makes me happy again, you know? Because, like, failing at the YouTube thing wasn't really making me happy. And the thing is, with, like, this sort of stuff, you know, I've probably only had about 5 or 6 people total drop into my stream tonight, but that it's totally fine because I'm still doing something that is like bettering my skills as an animator, so if not even one single person watched, I would still be getting something out of this. But if nobody watches and all I'm doing is playing video games, and I'm playing a game for the sake of like getting views and I don't get views, then it's frustrating. I think we want to change the tail here. Best game of our time. No worries, I'm waiting for the last chapter. Okay, I'll have to check it out. Can't believe I've never heard of it then, if it's a really good game. Alright. I think this is a fairly good stopping point for tonight. Sorry, Luke. But if you're really bored and want to watch the rest of the stream, it's always on VOD on Twitch, or else it gets processed and uploaded to YouTube as well. I know it's not as cool because you can't like chat with me when it's after the fact, but if you do actually want to see any sort of animation process, you can do so. But yeah, I think I'm gonna call that a good stopping point for tonight, and I won't be streaming tomorrow for sure because I have improv class tomorrow night. I might be streaming on Wednesday, not sure. But at the very latest, I will stream again this weekend. And on this weekend, I will be doing in the afternoon my time, which is probably in the middle of the night for you. So, yeah, maybe I'll try morning or something. Anyway, thanks a lot, guys, for dropping in the stream. Hope you're enjoying watching me animate a kitty cat. And I've enjoyed talking to you guys. I will see you next time.